Hey y'all, so today in today's video, I am sharing the best winter skincare routine for dry skin. One of the really great things about this routine is that number one, it's super easy, super quick, doesn't take a lot of time. And number two, it's actually a really good year-round skincare routine if you live somewhere like I do, where it's like super dry, low humidity most of the year. So if any of that sounds like your jam, keep watching. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to start with the products that I use in my morning routine, and then I will move on to the products that I use or that I recommend for a nighttime routine for dry skin. And if you want to see like the entire product list or the entire routine kind of written out so you can kind of, I guess follow along. The blog post with all of that information will be in the description box, and then I'll also include links to each specific product that's featured here in this post. So, all right, let's go ahead. Yeah, so first up is going to be your cleanser, and the one that you want something that's not going to strip your skin of its natural oils. Obviously, you want something that's going to cleanse really well, but you don't want it to be too harsh. So I like to use a cream-based cleanser, and this one is La Roche-Posay. I hope I'm saying that right. It's the Hydrating Gentle Cleanser. It is for normal to dry skin, and it feels amazing. It's literally, it doesn't feel like you're putting lotion on. It just feels like a really, really creamy, just a really, really creamy, hydrating face wash. I don't know how else to describe it. It just feels really, really nice. And it does do a really good job of, cleansing everything. So your face still feels clean, but you don't feel dry afterwards. With some other cleansers that I've used in the past, my skin feels kind of tight and almost just dehydrated after cleansing, but I never have that issue with that one. So that's the first thing I use in the morning. And then the second thing is a toner. And this is not Mario Badescu. This is an old bottle that I just reused, but we're going to get to that in a second. I want to say that for dry skin, each step that you use, the name of the game is going to be hydration. So you'll notice that theme throughout all of the products that we're discussing here today. They all have a hydrating element because, as you know, dry skin, we need it. Anyway, so this is, like I said, it's not a Mario Badescu product, but it is a homemade toner that I use. I found this recipe online like years ago, and my skin really loved it, so I've just stuck with it. So it's 1 part vegetable glycerin to 3 parts aloe vera water. I will make sure I link to the specific brands that I use, because I guess there's like different kinds of aloe vera water, and some of them are higher in alcohol than others. And the one that I use doesn't have any alcohol in it at all. And then the vegetable glycerin I use is actually food grade. I don't really know if that makes a difference. Just when I first started shopping for it, that was the one that I found, and it's worked pretty well. Incidentally, this also works really well on my hair too. My, real hair underneath this. It's very hydrating, and it's a really good detangler as well. So yeah, and I'll put that recipe in the description box. It's also in the blog, and I also have a short on it, so it's kind of floating around out there. So you have your cleanser and your toner. Next, moisturizers. So I'm holding up 2 because it just kind of depends on what I'm feeling that day. So I'll start with this one because I use this one. I use them pretty much equally, but anyway, I'll just go ahead and start with this one. I've been using this one the longest. It's Dr. Jart's, the Ceramidin, I'm not sure. The Skin Barrier Moisturizing Cream. It's got doesn't say it on the bottle, but I remember 5 different ceramides plus panthenol. It is such a thick, luxurious cream, but it's not like night cream thick. You know how sometimes you have the night creams that are like really, really thick. That one, it's kind of thick and lightweight at the same time. I don't know. I guess that's a weird way to say it, but it goes on really, really well. It absorbs very quickly, and it definitely hydrates. It lasts all day, and it's just a really, really good formula. So I use that a lot of days. As you can see, it's almost gone. It's one of my favorites. And then I actually started using this a couple of months ago. This is Vitamin C Glow Capsule Lotion from Handskin. And I love this. I actually started using this because I love the vitamin C because you get like a nice glow and it kind of evens everything out. And you know, vitamin C is actually really good for your skin as well. It helps fight like free radicals and things like that. And so it's a powerful antioxidant. That's the word I was looking for. And so I started using it for that, and I was layering it under this moisturizer. And then I realized that this one was more, because usually that's what I have to do. I was using it more for the vitamin C than the moisturizing properties. But I realized that this actually moisturizes on its own. So now when I use it, sometimes if I, you know, like a little dehydrated, like I haven't had enough water, or, you know, not a rough night, a long night, you know, with the wine. You know, you've gone out the night before, something like that, then and I feel like my skin needs a little more pampering the next day, then I will still layer the two. But just on like a normal day, I use this by itself. You still get the glow from the vitamin C, and it is nice and hydrating as well. I will also say, if you've had issues with vitamin C in the past, you felt like it was too potent, it broke you out, it irritated your skin, definitely try this, because it's encased in the lotion, if that makes sense. So it's not as potent as like a vitamin C serum. So this is a really good, in my opinion, this is a really good introductory product for vitamin C if you're just wanting to get started. And bonus points, it's super hydrating. So we have the cleanser, then the toner, then the serum and or lotion. Vitamin C right now is the only serum that I use during the vitamin C lotion. That's the only kind of, I guess, active that I use during the day. For a while, I was using, and I still have it because I sometimes use it at night as well. I was using this Peach and Lily Glass Skin Defining Serum, and it has, I think, niacinamide, peptides, hyaluronic acid. It's a really good serum. I did read somewhere that you're not supposed to layer, I think, niacinamide and vitamin C. So some things that I read said that they cancel each other out, which I guess is not, you know, that's like best case scenario. And then some things that I read said that they can actually work together to like irritate your skin. So I stopped using both of them at the same time. Every once in a while, I will use this during the day still, just because I want to use it up. Now I mostly just use it at night. It really does kind of brighten everything, evens everything out. It does help. The niacinamide does help brighten dark spots. So it's still a good product. And when I run out, I will still use more. I just don't use as much of it as I used to, because I only use it at night now. I probably should have saved this for the nighttime routine, but I saw it, so I just pulled it out. So last, but definitely, you know, super important. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sitting on the floor, and this dress is not a sit on the floor dress, so I don't know. We're just going to ignore it. But anyway, last but not least is sunscreen. Definitely need sunscreen. And this is what I use, the Live Tinted Hue Guard. It's a 3-in-1 mineral sunscreen. It works as a moisturizer, a primer, and then of course a physical sunscreen. So it is the main ingredient is zinc oxide. It's also I'm sorry, I'm reading the okay, yeah, it is reef safe, vegan, fragrance free, which is good. And then it uses non-nano zinc material. So yeah, do your research on that. I've read, you know, conflicting reports on whether non-nano versus nano zinc oxide is like a thing. So definitely look that up if that's something that, you know, you're concerned about, but this is non-nano. So if that means something to you, then there you go. I will say the two best functions, in my opinion, are the primer and the sunscreen. It is not, as a moisturizer, I wouldn't, for dry skin, I wouldn't recommend to use this on its own as a moisturizer. You would still want to layer that over your own over, you know, a separate moisturizing product. So just kind of keep that in mind. But as a primer and in sunscreen, it's amazing. So now we're going to move into my nighttime routine, or my recommended nighttime routine for dry skin. Before we do that, I do just a few kind of, you know, housekeeping things. Like I said, there are all kinds of resources in the description box. So there's a blog post that I did on all of this, and it just has more details, a breakdown of some of the hero ingredients in these amazing products. how I use them, how long I've used them, other recommendations based on like if you're looking for like a budget friendly version. I have some really good dupes too. So check that out. It's in the description box. And then there is a specific link to each product that I mentioned in this video. There will be a specific link in the description box as well. Last thing, if you never want to miss another video, or if you're interested in the blog or interested in more content from yours truly, make sure you sign up for my mailing list. That link is also in the description box. I email you weekly and you'll never miss another video. Anyway, let's move on. So in the evenings, I have two different cleansers that I use in the evenings. The first one is a gentle foaming cleanser, and I actually just started using this one. I absolutely love it. I have not used a foaming cleanser in years, literally, because remember at the beginning of the video, I was telling you how I hated my skin feeling like tight and dry after cleansing. It was because I was using foaming cleansers. And so I never really worried about it. I ran out of my go-to cleanser, which was another Dr. Dark's product, which I will also link in the description box. It's amazing as well. I just ran out and I couldn't get it. I needed it like literally that day and I couldn't get it, shipped quickly enough. So I went to Target and found this. It is a gentle foaming cleanser. It is made specifically for dry, sensitive skin. And it has glycerin, which, as you know, very hydrating. And it's formulated specifically to remove, oils and, well, not oils, but like sunscreen and like makeup and all that good stuff without stripping your skin. And that it does. One of the few complaints that I have seen for the, well, actually not even a complaint. One of the things that I have noticed with the sunscreen is that especially with the physical sunscreens, the chemical ones, not so much, probably because they absorb underneath, the top layer, but the physical sunscreens, you definitely need a little something. You may need to double cleanse or you may need a heavier duty cleanser at the end of the day to kind of make sure you remove everything. So the foaming cleanser does that. I don't have any residue left. It does not dry me out. It is a really good, it's a really good cleanser. Now, if I'm wearing makeup that day, before I do the foam cleanser, I will use this product. And this is the Mad Hippie Cleansing Oil with ginger, rosehip, and pumpkin seed oil. It doesn't really have like a strong smell. It's kind of subtle and comforting. It doesn't really, bother me that much. And it feels so smooth and luxurious going on. And it really gets rid of just like every little thing. You just massage it in for a little bit and then you put a warm towel over your face for a few seconds and then you wipe everything off. Like I have a full face on right now. And when I get ready to go to bed tonight, I'll be using this to wipe everything off. It gets rid of the heavy duty, like waterproof mascara, the eyebrow stuff, the eyeshadow, obviously, all of that. And it does not burn. That is a thing that I've seen with some makeup removers, probably because they're so high in alcohol. They can like burn your eyes, which is really frustrating when you're trying to remove like eye makeup and everything, but you don't have to worry about that with this. So really good product. So if I have makeup on, I will use this first as a double cleanse, and then I'll use the foaming cleanser to get rid of, any remnants. And then if I'm not wearing makeup at all, I will just do the foam cleanser. So we did the cleanser. Now, if I am not doing actives, then that's when I would use this toner again. I use it, and let me turn it around, because again, this is not a Mario Badescu product. This is my own product that I make. 1 part glycerin to 3 parts aloe vera juice. And again, that recipe will be in the description box, and I'll have links to the products that I use to make it. It's really very easy. You just put it in the bottle and mix it all up and you're done. So if I'm not doing actives, then I will use that. If I am doing actives, I like to let my face dry completely. So, because we don't want any skin irritation. Anyway, this is what I'm using right this second. Well, not right this second, but currently in my routine, this is what I'm using. It is the TBT Serum by Dime. It has mandelic acid and peptides in it. I started with lactic acid, which is what I was trying to remember just a second ago. It was the peach and lily. I think it's called the lactic acid cocktail. It's really amazing. It's a very gentle chemical exfoliator. And in my opinion, it's really good if you're just getting started with actives. If you don't want to start with some of the heavy duties like the retinols and the glycolic acid, etc., I definitely recommend starting out with lactic. But I did end up graduating to the mandelic acid. I really like that. It brightens everything. It really helps with, sometimes you get like, a little bit of pimples or skin irritation or whatever. It really helps with that. It kind of evens everything out. It brightens everything, and it's not super harsh on my skin. So this is a really good product as well. So that's the only active that I'm using right now. I try not to overdo it. In the intro shot, you might have seen, I think it was, I can't remember the brand now. It was like Pour Something. And it's like a salicylic acid. Now I gotta look at it because I've literally used it once because sometimes I have like, issues with my nose being clogged up a little bit. And so I've used that and it's really good for that. So if you have like whiteheads, and I'm sorry because I think it's Pore Remedy, by the way. I should have brought it with me, but I will put the link in the description box in case you're like, what the heck is she talking about? But I will say, to clear everything up, if you have whiteheads or if you have blackheads or you have, clogged nose issues, I would definitely recommend that product. It's by Pore, I think it's like Pore Therapy or something like that. And I will put that link in the description box. It is a very strong product. I've not used it all over on my entire face since I bought it. I really only use it when I feel like my nose could use a little extra TLC. And I never use it along with this on separate nights. So if you're using multiple actives, make sure you're using them on separate nights, and definitely make sure you are using sunscreen the next day because, as you know, the acids will make your skin, I believe it's called photosensitive, where you're like really sensitive to the sun. So you're more susceptible to dark spots. And then of course, the big bad skin cancer, and we don't want that. So make sure you are using sunscreen the next day and, consistently throughout your skincare routine. So after actives, I like a really good night cream. The one that I'm using right now is the Peach and Lily Overnight Star Night Cream. It is actually not as thick as traditional night creams. It is very lightweight, but a little goes a long way. I've had this night cream, I'm just going to show you for a minute, and I still have all of that left. And yeah, it's really nice. It feels really, it goes on, it's kind of like silky smooth, and it goes on really nicely. It's just a really beautiful product. Let me see if it says, okay. Oh, acai berry, which is full of really good antioxidants, black ginseng, and arbutin, and peptides. Arbutin helps to brighten everything. And now that I'm just now thinking about it, most of my products do some sort of like brightening or evening out of the skin tone. So anyway, this is a really good one. Another one that I really, really like, where is that? Is the Mad Hippie Triple C Vitamin C Cream, Triple C Night Cream. It also has reishi, which is, I believe, a type of mushroom, turmeric, which is, there you go, another brightening, and cloudberry. The only reason that I stopped using this is because when I first started using, so initially I was using a vitamin C serum, and I was using the serum in the morning, and I was using this time at night, and my skin kind of went a little crazy on me. And so I got to the point where I literally had to stop everything except for like a cleanser, moisturizer, and sunscreen, and that was it. And when I started slowly adding things back in, I came to the conclusion that for me, vitamin C in the evening and in the morning was not the move. So I had to choose, and so I decided to just stick with it in the morning time. I think it just depends on your skin though, because I've seen where people use it both times during the day. It's actually really good during as a really good recovery ingredient for evening routines as well. So you just kind of have to decide, what you want to do. But this is a really good one too. So, so that's actually pretty much it. The only other thing that I have in here, now that I think about it, since I did bring it, might as well, is of course chapstick. I'm a gloss girly, so definitely a chapstick girly as well. This is a classic. You probably have heard of it. You probably have it. The Burt's Bees, and I just like the vitamin E and peppermint one. Some of the other ones to me feel kind of waxy and weird, and they taste funny, but this one is like really, really good. I love this one. Use it daily. I don't know why it's daily. I use it all the time. And then I also like this Ceramide Lip Butter Sleeping Mask by Cosrx. CosRX? I don't know, but that's a really good one too. So usually I will put a little bit of night cream on my lips, then layer the chapstick over that, and then I'll do this at night. So, and this kind of, again, smooths everything out, makes your lips nice and hydrated. So it's really good if you have, a really good thing to use if you have chapped lips. I will say, I feel like this is more of an occlusive formula. So I would use it in conjunction with another moisturizing ingredient. I don't typically use this on its own. So that's it for my daytime and nighttime skincare routine for dry skin. As I said at the beginning of the video, this is typically recommended for wintertime, but if you live somewhere where it's like really dry and, you know, low humidity all year round, back when I lived in Oklahoma, these were all the products that I used in the winter, and then I would switch it up for the summertime. But now that we're here in El Paso, where it's a lot drier, I have actually been using these since we got here in, was that February? Well, some of them, you know, I switched them out, but this is the routine that I've built up since we got here, and it works really well. So it's great for the winter time. It's also great if you live in a particularly dry climate. And that, my friends, is the video. And if you're still here, first of all, thank you so much for watching, especially watching to the end, because that really helps the channel grow. So I appreciate that. And here are a few ways that you can help support the blog. You can follow me on Instagram. That's All Day Brittany, and that link is in the description box, and it's probably floating around here somewhere on the screen. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel, which of course, I guess, I'm so sorry, I don't know what the button looks like. Is it a red button? It's something. Whatever. You can hit the subscribe button and subscribe to my channel on YouTube. And then of course you can join my mailing list, and that link is also in the description box. So I will see you guys once again. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.